We make him fly like a ghost. If he want talk on the game, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we spliffed him, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this harm her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck your bob if you ain't vibing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Clock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. Headshot, knock him out. Ah, get him. Bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. Hi, I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt. 2 G's for the belt. Know the heater gon' make 'em out. Promise the heater gon' make 'em out. OD niggas know me. I just move along with the hand I throw.
Hey everybody, I know I'm biased, but every time I hear that song, I just be vibing like, yeah, get it. I swear to God, I don't care how many times I hear that song. It's just like, go ahead, my baby's doing their thing. Anyway,
That's
hi
right.
JJ, how are you, Monica?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Hey everybody, how are you guys? Happy Sunday.
Hello, my friends.
Everybody in the chat. Hi. All right, let's do roll call real quick. Hey, Joe being Joe. It's a festival day here in my little village, and the kids' parade is on at the same time as your live, then the family barbecue. Damn, followed by music in the park, so I won't be here. Summer is short. Listen, Joe. I already told you. You live in Canada. Enjoy the summer, because you go outside. There was this, I think it was Family Guy. And they were doing one of their cartoons, and people in Canada were like, yay, summer! And they were on the beach on the sand. By the time they got to the water, they were like, yay, summer's over! They ran back. I'm like, so I know. Summers in Canada are like 5 minutes. So enjoy your time. We ain't going nowhere. We will always be here. Thank you for even dropping in and saying something. I appreciate that. So, hey, Angela Barnett, how are you, Mama? I hope you're doing well today. Hey, Vera. Vera, I got to text you as soon as the live is over. So if I don't text you, please text. Well, I'm going to text you, so it ain't going to work. But anyway, after the live. Hi, Vera. How are you, my girl? My manita. Hey, JJ. Hey, Kirsten and Z, my beautiful sweetie. How are you? Yes, trigger warning. Yep. Guys, trigger warning this entire live. Sensitive topics, all of that. Okay? So just to be forewarned. Thank you so much, Kirsten. I need to actually pin that. But hey, Grace Case, how are you, beautiful? Let's see. Who else? Who else? I saw Jay Fid. Hi, sweetie. Thank you for being here. I know I saw my butterfly kisses. There she goes. Hey, butterfly kisses. How are you, gorgeous girl? All right, it just jumped. So, and I noticed last time that Adele came in and she was busy, and I didn't even say hi to my Adele. I didn't say hi to Carmencita. Oh my God, I noticed afterwards that Carmen had, well, no, I'm lying. I noticed when I was live, right? I saw her name and I was like, oh shit. And I was talking, JJ was talking, and I was like, I gotta say hi to Carmen. And by the time I went to say hi, the live was over, and I was like, oh, I didn't say hi to Carmencita. So Carmencita, if you're watching, I love you, vecina. We've been playing door tag. She's been calling me. I've been missing it. I've been knocking. She's been not home. So I'm so sorry to do that to her. I never, This is one big joke. Hey, show it. Since you mentioned this, I've looked at so many videos, and it's soul destroying. Thank you. Thank you. It's a serious issue. It really, really is. Thank you, Vera. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Yes. And I will, before each part, because there are some, oh shoot, I forgot. Oh, I could get them from Discord. Oh, damn it, JJ. I forgot to download the damn pictures. Well, they're too graphic. I might not.
Oh, those are really rough.
Yeah, I'll explain them, but anyway. Hi, Thomas. How are you, sweetie? I hope you're doing okay today. Hey, sassy nerd girl. How are you, Mama?
Sassy.
So glad to see you. Just chat. Hey, beautiful. How are you? Oh my God, you guys are so awesome. I feel so loved. I was like, where's my Wanda? Hi, Wanda. How are you, beautiful? Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I say hi to everybody, guys. I'm sorry. Hey, Deborah, my sweet, beautiful Deborah. Listen, Deborah's beautiful. I'm not going to tell you her age, but listen, I was like, girl, I thought she was in her 30s. Beautiful. I need her skin regimen right now, right, like yesterday. Anyway, I'm glad you're doing well, Thomas. I'm glad you're all. Thank you. Thank you, Camden. Hey, Camden, my girl. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Thomas. You're very sweet, very kind. Okay, so what
And
are
hi, everybody. Every
sorry.
time Cindy says hi, that's me saying hi.
Yes.
And I'm doing the frantic wave too. So
yes. So what we'll be covering today is what we wanted to cover last time, but I went on a rant. I want to cover. There's a street in Philadelphia, Philadelphia, PA, Pennsylvania, that is overrun with drugs. There are people that are, I'm not going to say living, they're existing in active addiction, addicted to fentanyl, addicted to heroin, addicted, everything, all these drugs, right? And they literally are out on the street, all in a line. The whole boulevard, the whole avenue is just full of people overdosing, like literally passing away, using drugs right in the open, using intravenously out in the open. Like it's a lot. And there's a lot of places like that in different states. I know that in California, there's Skid Row. Here in New York, in the Bronx, there's a place called Hunts Point. It's kind of like that. In New York, it's not really as advertised as that. Here in Brooklyn, there's a street called Broadway, where you'll see addicts. You know what I mean? But it's not to that extreme. So anyway, that's what I want to talk about. Basically, the epidemic of addiction, overdosing, and a specific story of a young lady named Bree. Her name is Alyssa Morales. But for those who may not know, who have never had addictive pasts, when you're on the streets, when you're homeless, when you're in active addiction, you tend to get nicknames. It's kind of like online. You know how when you come and when you're familiar with how this goes online, you won't come with your first and last name. Some people who aren't familiar with how toxic and scary the internet can be did come with their first and last name. They quickly learned and removed it. Some people haven't because they don't care. They have nothing to hide. Whatever, to each his own.
Right.
So that's what happens in the street as well. People will not tell their real name. They'll get a alias, an AKA. Especially if you're prostituting, you're selling drugs, you don't want the cops to know your name, so you give out an alias. Anyway, so on the streets of Kensington, she was known as Bree. Her real name was Alyssa Morales. She looked like a 21-year-old. I'm going to show you some clips, but she was actually 38 years old. She was 37 days ago, 38. She was beaten in a park, hit with chairs and set on fire. They specifically aimed for her face. They wanted to disfigure her face. She was a beautiful girl. She's been in a medically induced coma. I tried to share on my community tab. She woke up yesterday. She's awake. She's alert. They removed her feeding tube. She's eating on her own. She's in excruciating pain, of course. She has third-degree burns over 60% of her body, but she is awake. She was in a medically induced coma for 37 days. She's awake. The road to her recovery is going to be something that I can't even explain. JJ knows her. JJ's mother, as many of you may know, JJ's mother, when her mother was 6 or 8, JJ.
No, she was 6.
She was 6.
And she turned 7 not long after. So
her mother experienced a house fire where she lost 3 of her siblings. So her mom was burned, and so JJ knows what it's like when you suffer burns. Her mom, it's the
It's
most
awful.
excruciating pain you can think of. Imagine when you burn yourself when you're cooking, or minor little burns. Imagine how they bubble up. Just imagine. It's just
Yeah.
it's inconceivable. Okay.
My mom said like the brushing of the burns was the worst, and like these whirlpool baths that she would have to get.
Yes.
And she
Yes.
says all the time, and I mean, a good 80% or more of her body is burned.
Yeah.
So, and she did pass away, but they like revived her,
Thank God. Thank
thank
God.
God, right? Her brother
Yes.
carried her out. Her older brother, like,
Yeah.
was
He
running
saved
out
her
with
life.
her while she was
Yeah.
on fire. It's a miracle.
Yeah.
And so she told
God
me,
bless
like,
her.
it's the worst. She said, even though it was so long ago, she can almost like still feel it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And this was in the 60s. So
Yeah.
imagine, like, not even our good treatments that we have today. So
Yeah. True.
yeah.
So there's a channel that's called AML. I meant to link it, but you know me, airhead sometimes. AML Films, I will be linking it. What he does is he goes to Kensington and he interviews people in active addiction all the time on Kensington. He gives them a little bit of money to do the interviews because, again, if you don't know, when you're in active addiction, you're not trying to stop to talk to nobody for no 10 to 18 minutes. And the interviews are always very short. They're addicts. They ain't trying to stay there all day and talk to your ass. They got moves to make. They got things to do. I am a recovering addict. I have been in recovery 21 years. Before I say this, I'm going to say it, then I'll clarify. I have been in recovery 21 years without a relapse. Okay. And it's not to say that if you have had a relapse that I'm any better than you. I just really was at my breaking point, and I worked the program and I learned to cope. So, but relapse is a part of recovery. For many of us, people relapse many times just by the grace of God. I've been 21 years without a relapse. I don't even smoke weed. Okay. I smoke cigarettes, and I'm not people that smoke weed. Listen, all my family smokes weed. I'm just saying this for people that may be here that have never really heard my story too much. So all of my family smokes weed. I don't. I'm in recovery. I'll have a drink on my birthday, New Year's. I've never had a problem with alcohol. Alcohol can be a gateway drug for some people. It can be a trigger. It can be a relapse mechanism or a starting point for people to relapse. For me, never had a problem with alcohol, but I do keep it up front that it's always a possibility. So I never drink too much. I'll have one drink. When I was with JJ, when we went out, I had one drink. On my birthday, I had one drink. I have one drink, and that's it. I know my limit. I don't want to be drunk that I can't, that I'm incoherent. That's just me. Anyway, so I went to school, became a certified HIV counselor, yada, yada, yada. Hope you guys know this already. I just want to say this. If I relapsed, I would be honest. Even if I didn't come here and share that I had relapsed recently, I wouldn't come here and say, I'm 21 years clean. I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? You don't have to share everything. People that relapse do not have to come online and say they relapsed. That is a personal individual choice. But had I relapsed, I would not come here and pretend to be in recovery for 21 years. I wouldn't do that. Anyway, sorry. Hi, Jenny Lee. I wanted to say hi. Hi, Lee. How are you? Lee S87. Thank you for being here. I don't know, Lee. I think you're familiar. Maybe you just changed your name. Anyway, don't tell nobody, because people ain't well. Hey, Nikki, my English crumpet. I'm sorry. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Wanted to say hi. I hope I didn't. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm blaming the eyelashes. Anyway, okay. So, yeah. You know what I mean? I currently do not use any drugs. I don't. Okay? People can speculate. People can believe what they want. You're hearing it out of my mouth. I don't use any drugs. I don't look down on anybody that uses drugs, that is caught in the grips of their addiction. You will never hear me call somebody a junkie. You will never hear me use those terms. Those terms are very derogatory to addicts, people in recovery, even people in active addiction. They know that they're struggling. They don't need to be called junkies. They don't need to be belittled because they're in active addiction. They need compassion. If you
Yeah.
can't show support, then just let them be. They're human beings. You know, I saw an interview the other day where this girl was like, I'm not garbage. She's caught in the grips of her addiction, and I cried listening to her. She said, I just want people to see me as human being, not to see me as garbage. People spit on her, all this stuff.
Oh
And
my God.
all she said is, I just want to be treated as a human being. And that's how I feel. You know, would you do that to somebody in a wheelchair? Would you walk by them? And some people would, right? Would you do that to people with disabilities? Addiction is a disease. It's a disease, guys. Okay. Anyway, let me not, because I'll get emotional. Hi, Calmencita. I miss you too, Mama. I sorry I didn't greet you last time. I meant to and I got distracted. I love you, Calmencita. I'm sorry that I didn't greet you. Anyway, okay. Let me go because I could talk forever. You already know when it comes to addiction and stuff, I could talk forever. I just wanted to clarify that because there are new people that are getting to know me, and when rumors or blatant lies go around, I just want people to be able to see me and look in my eyes and know that I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
I'm clean, and I'm so proud of my recovery.
It
Like I
should
said,
never be used as something to shame someone anyway, even if they
yeah,
weren't clean, even if a person wasn't clean.
I
Like,
agree.
why would you shame them? You may know they're not in their right mind, you know, and
Yeah.
you may have to push back and show some tough love, but to shame them is something different.
Oh,
And
yes.
I don't, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And Lee, I'm sorry. Lee says I changed my name. Hello, after the Mrs. Roadhog thing, I changed it, and it's safe to be me again now. And I'm so sorry that you even had to go
Oh,
through that. I'm
yeah,
sincerely sorry that you even had to go through that. But I'm so
terrible.
glad to see you. And when I saw you, I was like, I know Lee. So I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody for being here. Okay, this may be a silly question, but is being bent over a typical thing when people are high, or is it a specific being bent over? Oh, you mean like nodding?
I
Uh,
know when I first saw it, I thought this, I'm like,
yeah. I
oh,
kind of got what she meant, because people
yeah.
are literally slumped over and they never fall. It's very rare that they
Yeah,
fall.
that's weird.
Yeah, that's usually, in my experience, either benzodiazepines or opiates.
Oh,
Because opiates give you, it's a downer. There's different drugs, cocaine, methamphetamines. There's some drugs that are uppers. Speed, have you going racing, cocaine, racing. You know, you can. There are tells, and I'm not going to say this for everybody because not everybody, but there are certain tells, especially when you worked in addiction recovery, harm reduction. There's certain tells. With cocaine, there's a lot of mouth movement, a lot of, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical. Like I said, this is not for everybody. So don't see somebody fidgeting that may have something wrong with their jaw and assume they're on drugs, please, because we don't want to assume that people are addicts. You know what I mean? So, but that is a
yeah,
tell for somebody that's on cocaine. The fidgeting, the jaw movement, constant jaw movement. Also picking at their face. A lot of people cause what are called jagas, scars. You know, like
yeah,
they'll
like
think that they
pits.
have blemishes and they'll pick at their face and pick until they cause holes. And so those are things, fidgeting. These are all like indications of being on uppers, something that keeps you electrica, energetic. Opiates are downers, so you usually nod out with that. With that, another sign. I was telling JJ before the live. With that, you'll see a lot of scratching, a lot of nose rubbing, a lot of scratching. I don't know why that is, but it's a lot of scratching, a lot of this, a lot of nodding, and I'm not trying to trigger anybody, but these are things that happen. So that's usually with downers, okay? So anyway, Okay. And if I ever say anything that anybody questions, please give me your opinion. You know, I'm always open to
Yeah.
opinions. Sorry if I'm missing comments. Yeah, that's a hard nod. I agree. Yes. Trigger warning, homelessness, addiction, and violence. Yes, thank you, Vera, so much. Nikki said something, and I didn't get to see what she said. What was it? Do you know what she said?
She said she used to hit her sink. She said, I used to doze off and headbutt the sink.
Oh my God,
Ouch.
Nikki. Yeah,
Right?
that's
Like that
pretty
would hurt.
scary.
Ow.
That's pretty
Damn.
scary. I never did that.
Hmm.
Thank I did. Oof, I did burn holes in my nightgown all the time, smoking cigarettes. It was by the grace of God that I didn't catch on fire. But yeah, so it happens. A lot of things happen, and that's why when I come here and I say addiction is a matter of life and death, I say that every time I talk about addiction, and I don't think that I could say it enough. Somebody could use one time and pass away. Somebody, it's not a joke, guys. It's not a joke. You never know what you're getting when you buy something. There was a time where people were being given rat poison, um a lot of times purposely. You know,
Ooh.
people wanted to cut corners and they hated addicts and they were selling it, and they were trying to cause as much death as they could. Then there were times where somebody's an addict and needed money and would try to sell dummies and would sell whatever they had. There's a lot of different reasons. It's very dangerous. Oh, one other thing. Okay. When you're on opiates, right, there are such things as maintenance medications. Maintenance medications such as methadone, Suboxone, things like that. There's a few others. I think Subutex. There's right. I wanted to say this. Many people have their opinions.
Suboxone, right?
Yes,
Suboxone.
yes. Many people have their opinions about maintenance medications, and that's fine. Everybody can have their opinions. What is very dangerous is giving out misinformation. Oh, Stephen, I meant to say hi to Stephen. So sorry, Stephen. Hi. Giving out misinformation is very harmful. So with methadone, I just want to say this quickly. With methadone, there isn't a cap on methadone. So with methadone, the higher dose you're on, there is a potential to overdose. If somebody is like, let's say, using 1 or 2 bags of heroin, that's why when you when you take methadone, you are monitored. You're monitored by medical staff. You're monitored. They have medical counseling staff, all of that on site. You have to see a counselor. You have to do a treatment plan. Um, it varies, right? When you're new in the program, you have to be seen once a week. When you start giving clean urines, you maybe will have to do a treatment plan once a month. You do random urines once a week, but you don't know what day. You get privileges. You know, when you start giving negative toxicologies, which is clean urine, you get more privileges. You don't have to give so many random urines. You get once a month, supervised. But there are counseling staff, there's medical staff, there's nursing staff. So the nurses oversee you drink your dose, right? You typically, this is what some states give it to you in the biscuit form. You come in once a month, get all your biscuits, you distribute it at home. The typical methadone program is you go in, and like I said, when you start showing that you have clean urines, you will get privileges. You will come in less days. You'll get pickups. So like, let's say Monday you go into the methadone program, right? You go in, you have an ID, you go to the window, the nurse, you swipe your card, however, they know what your dose is. They put your dose in a cup, they put some water in it. They have to watch you drink it. You have to talk afterwards to make sure you're not keeping it there. Some people will backspit into a cup to sell it. That's a whole other story. They watch you drink it. You have to speak to them to make sure there's nothing in your mouth. If you get a pickup, they will put your dose in a bottle, put water in it, put your name on it, like that. Okay? But you are monitored drinking your dose on the days that you go in. So you do have a nurse monitoring you drinking your dose. You have a counselor who keeps up with you, checks your urine, helps you with housing, helps you with mental health if you need to see a therapist, a psychiatrist, all of that. Your counselor will help you with any and everything, all of your needs. There's medical staff. Every once a year, you have to take an annual. Even if they're not your primary doctor, you have to be seen at the methadone clinic once a year. Take an annual, make sure they do an EKG, your vitals, ask you questions. Is your dose holding you? Is it too much? Do you want to come down? If your urines are dirty, if you're still using heroin when you're on methadone, they will hire you because they feel like, okay, it's not enough if you're still using. If they see that it's something else, they will speak to you. Then they will either recommend that you go to detox, and if you're not complying, they can discharge you. They can discharge you, and you can be sanctioned. So that means you can't even go into another program for a certain amount of time. Now, with methadone, it can be abused because there isn't a cap on it. With Suboxone, right? Like, let's say you get on Suboxone and you take your Suboxone and you try to drink methadone afterwards, or you try to do a bag of heroin, you're going to go into immediate withdrawals. You're going to go immediately. That's it. You're going to be sick for 24 hours, and you can buy 400 bags of heroin. It's not going to take the withdrawals away. You're going to have to wait, because Suboxone has an active drug in it that will put you into immediate withdrawals to avoid overdosing on it. So I heard somebody on another channel say that if you take too much Suboxone, you can become ill. It's just as bad as street drugs. That is misinformation. What happens is, if you take Suboxone and you still mess with street drugs, opiates, you're going to go into immediate withdrawal. It has Narcan in it. So it's gonna save your life. That's why you're gonna get sick. It's gonna save your life. It's gonna protect you from overdosing. Okay. And with Suboxone, you cannot get high. You can't take 40 pills and be high like you would on heroin or on methadone, because it caps your receptors. It blocks your receptors. Once you take the Suboxone, it blocks your receptors, so nothing else can penetrate. No heroin, no methadone, nothing. You understand? So you can't overdose, but you will go into immediate withdrawals. I hope that makes sense. Are you still with me, JJ? Do you understand?
I get it. Yep.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. Missy did a great job on her channel of explaining. Missy Tessa, she spoke about addiction. She works in addiction in Canada. She's excellent. And I just wanted to kind of elaborate on that as well, because giving out misinformation, and not Missy didn't give out misinformation, but giving out misinformation is not only irresponsible, it can be deadly, because now you're going to scare people into not wanting to even try maintenance medication, because you're telling them it's just as bad as street drugs. There is no way that maintenance medication is going to be just as dangerous as street drugs. You don't know what are in street drugs. Methadone, Suboxone are FDA approved. Not to say that that's always a wonderful thing, but you're monitored. You understand? They know what they're putting in it. You know what's in that. Street drugs, you have no idea. No idea. So to say that it's just as dangerous, no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay? All right. Sorry, I missed a lot of, comments. Sorry, guys. I know.
It's okay. I'm watching.
I missed Cassandra, my naughty girl. Okay, wait. What part of the process are you studying for? I'm studying my KSAC, which is overall. It's overall. There are specialized programs that you can take once you're further in your KSAC. You can specialize in an area. I can specialize in childhood addiction. There's so many different fields I can go into. But when I first start, you just get an overall education in substance abuse, harm reduction, intervention, prevention, all of that. How, because you're a mandated reporter, they teach you about CPS and all. It's just well-rounded schooling on everything that has to do with addiction and HIV, hepatitis C, because these things are all risk factors. When you use drugs, you're at risk for HIV, hepatitis C, STD, so they all kind of correlate to each other. So you're taught about all those things. Sorry, JJ, what were you saying? I'm sorry, Mama. I cut you off.
I don't know, what was I saying?
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm reading the
Thank you, Deborah.
comments.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Before Narcan.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Narcan became available to the public because I have a friend that's an EMT, and she was so damn happy because, it was available to emergency, but if emergency didn't get there in time, it only takes a few minutes and you're gone or
Right.
brain dead,
Right.
So it's an amazing thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then as far as controversial, Wanda says that we have free clinics for addicts to shoot up in front of nurses at a clinic. It's so controversial.
What?
There were 30 odd the first night of Stampede. It's a huge party.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's
that. That's a thing?
yeah. I could see why it would be controversial because it's like a medical professional is watching you do something that's so harmful, but then on the flip side, it's saving you from HIV, Hep C,
But if that's
those kind of
illegal, I
things.
mean, I don't know in
I
Canada.
know. I
It,
don't. I.
illicit substances, heroin is still illegal. So if you're a nurse and you're watching somebody do illicit substances, isn't that illegal? I don't know. I don't live in
Yeah.
Canada. I know there are needle exchange programs here in the States. Here in New York, I worked in one. Again, that's controversial. We gave people clean needles, right? The cotton swabs, the clean saline solution water, um, all of that stuff. We did needle exchange instead of having needles thrown all over the floor. You bring in your works. The amount you bring in will give you that same amount of clean needles. We give dental dams, prophylactics, condoms, all this stuff. We educate on safe sex, safer sex. Um, we have classes on how to, use all of that stuff. But we were never allowed to have them shoot up. Like, there was deterrence. The bathrooms had no lights. All they had was the tuberculosis blue lights. But there was no other lights in the bathroom because we did have clients that would come in, get their works, and were sick, so would run right into the bathroom and do their stuff. And you can't have that on site. You can't. That's it. We just can't have that. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
gonna look
legal, so
into
that
that
makes
because
sense.
that sounds a little. I'm not. That's next level. I don't think that that's okay in my opinion. Um.
Nikki's saying
Yeah.
that she thinks it's available in Amsterdam too. The same.
Wow.
I know, right? Like it's supposed to be illegal, but a medical professional is watching you do that. I don't know. Like I can understand harm reduction, like what you talk about, like swapping out needles and those kind
Yeah.
of things. But an actual medical professional watching you
Yeah. I
do
don't.
that,
I
I
don't. I
mean,
think that's a bit much. I think that that's why we were getting picketed and protesters in front of our clinics because that's what people assume that we're doing in there. That is just a big, and I mean no disrespect, what they were called places like that. Drug addicts would come into addicts and use there was like shooting galleries. That's what they were
oh,
called, shooting galleries,
jeez.
where you could buy your drugs there, use them there. People would OD there. It was just that kind of scene. And the way Wanda's explaining it, that's what I'm picturing. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound ignorant. It's just I'm kind of
Yeah.
shocked to hear that. Because as a nurse, you take an oath. I think that would be too much to have a nurse watch somebody shoot drugs. I don't. Let me shut up. I'm gonna get myself canceled today, but let me shut up about that. I have
Well,
to
you know how
research
I
that.
am.
Yeah, I have to research that before I give my opinion. Hi, Megs, my beautiful Megs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get so like you know how I am.
I'm gonna
I'm
research that.
obsessed. I'm obsessed, not in a good way, but in like a fascinating way
Yeah, of
over
course,
the
of
drug
course.
that I always talk about, the crocodile or crocodile. It
Yes,
amazes me what it
yes,
could do to the human body. Like what the
yes.
hell? You got people walking around with
Yep.
holes in their body. Like,
Yeah.
if you've ever seen a brown recluse spider, it just keeps getting worse and
Yes.
worse, and they have
It's a
to
flesh
amputate
eating.
parts.
It's a flesh eating
Yes,
thing. It eats your flesh. Right.
there you go. Flesh eating, flesh eating. It is
Yes.
the most disgusting. And if
Yeah.
you guys don't know what that is, I'll tell you. It comes from
Yep.
Russia, and it's, you have to watch documentaries on
Vice.
YouTube.
On Vice.
Yeah, Vice has one. There's a few documentaries, and it is absolutely insane. A lot of people haven't heard of it, but it is here. It's in a lot of places now, but it derived from Russia, is where it
Yep.
started. I guess they making this stuff. It's
Yes.
just nothing but like all kinds of fuels, gasoline, like all
Yes.
kinds of things,
Yes.
and you're either injecting it, or it could be made into a pill form, so you swallow it. But the majority of the people seem to inject it. It's the
Okay.
craziest drug. And it
Yeah.
starts with a K. I'll put it in chat what it is, because I know a lot of people are fascinated with that, like I was. I made my kids watch it a few years back, so they were still teenagers. And I'm like, you see this? This is what drugs going to do to you. You're going to end up with
Yeah.
holes in your
Yeah.
face, holes in your arms, your leg. It's going to eat away everything. And they were like, oh, shit, Mom. No, no, don't want
Yeah.
drugs.
That's terrifying. And I
Yeah.
get what you're saying, Lee. I get that. I think that's a different thing to give them a medication. That's just like with methadone. You know, nurses, you have to take your dose in front of a nurse. And that I think is very different. But using heroin in front of nurses,
I
I,
know.
I can't. That's a bit much. Hi, Amber. How are you, beautiful girl? I
What's
think
good,
that's a bit
Amber?
much. And I wanted to say about the Narcan as well. Sorry, I was smoking a cigarette. Hold on. What I wanted to say about the Narcan is that's controversial as well, right? But I think it has saved people. Like Steven said, let's say an addict has Narcan and they have it in their purse, they have it in their glove compartment. When you're OD'd, you can't administer it to yourself, right? Unless you're a little lucid. When you're OD'd, you're OD'd. God bless whoever's in active addiction. But it's important to tell whoever's around you, hey, I have Narcan here, I have Narcan here. The people that are around you are the ones that need to be aware. That's why it's important that many people have Narcan, not just addicts, all kinds of people. I know so many people in New York that carry Narcan that have no addiction history, don't even work in addiction, and they've saved strangers' lives on the street. They'll see somebody in distress, they'll go up to them, they're like, what's going on? Or, potentially an OD. They'll go in their bag, their book bag, take out the Narcan, the nasal spray, or now they have it in pen form or whatever. And people wake up pissed off. They wake up pissed off. They want to fight you because now they're waking up immediately in withdrawals. They're pissed off at you, but they're alive. You know what I mean? So I am definitely down with people having Narcan. They do teach you to administer it. There's like a class. You get a little card with it. Anybody can get Narcan. I don't think that anyone shouldn't. If you have the ability to get it, you may save a life. You may save multiple lives. So I think that that's an important thing. I think that it's an amazing thing. Again, these things are controversial, and I respect everybody's opinion. I come from a place of tolerance, not just because I'm a recovering addict of 21 years, but because I see when I worked in a homeless shelter that I would send people to detox, rehab, transitional housing. I remember I had so many people that I came to love, came to know, and they would disappear for 2 or 3 months. And I would look for them and I'm like, where are they? They're not coming here at night to sleep. Like, what's going on? And you see them 3 months later and they come in a wheelchair without a leg. And you're like, what happened? I took a Xanax and I fell in the tracks. That's a huge thing here in New York. People falling in the tracks. So many people came with missing an arm, missing a leg. Some people never came back. And then you would get a notification, oh, such and such passed away. They fell in the tracks. So I've seen it. firsthand.
God
You
damn,
know,
man.
yeah. So I take it very seriously, not just for me, because I know how dangerous it was. I know that I could have died at any time, and I'm so grateful that I didn't. And but there are people that are suffering, and then when I see them, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because it's so much better over on this side. Recovery is a beautiful thing. It's an amazing thing. I wake up every day, no matter how bad my day is, I know that it's gonna be okay because I don't have to chase a drug to feel okay. And that's
Yeah.
what that's the message that I always want to get on my channel. Please reach out to somebody. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like you're less than. You're a junkie, you're a crackhead, you're a piece of shit, you're none of those things. Anybody that calls somebody that, they're a piece of shit, man. Do not project your insecurities onto people that are caught in addiction. They're in addiction. You're an asshole. What's your excuse? What's your excuse?
Right. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't think that making fun of
Hi,
someone like
Corin's
that,
mom. Yeah.
is okay.
Fuck
Like
is
I've
their
spoke to
excuse?
you before with like, you see some like you're talking to some dummy or whatever. That's your friend, right? Like a good friend. You're like, oh, whatever, you crackhead.
Yes.
Like people make
Yes.
offhanded comments, and I'm like,
Yeah.
is that offensive? And you had told me no, because it's not meant like you're not saying it to an addict. You're not like,
Right.
hey, you fucking
Right.
crackhead, you're a piece of trash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've said it, joking around. I've never called anybody a crackhead. You know what I mean? I've said, damn, I look so skinny. People think I'm smoking crack.
There you
That's
go.
having a
Right.
sense of humor. I'm able to
Yeah.
find humor in life. I'm not always politically correct. Like I'm not, but I've never called someone in addiction a crackhead. I've never called them a junkie. I've never said those things. It's just it's hurtful. We want them to seek help. We want them to share with someone, and that causes people to go further in their shell. The more they feel like crap, the more they're going to use, and some people may not care, and again, that's on you. I care. I care.
Probably because they feel like if they are constantly going to be looked at and viewed as such, then why even bother? And why then would you why bother getting in recovery? And why would you want to open up to someone that you are in recovery if it's just going to be thrown in your face every day of your life? I mean, that's
Right.
awful.
I'm sorry, and I want to answer Grace's case because you're right. I said Xanax, and people are going to assume there are people that take Xanax prescribed. I'm talking about people that aren't prescribed it, that aren't. And sorry, I should have clarified. Xanax with something else. Xanax with heroin, Xanax with fentanyl, Xanax with Clonopins and Percocets. I'm sorry, I should have clarified that. It's not just Xanax. So she's like, is this souped up Xanax? That doesn't happen to me. I'm sorry, I should have clarified. It's when you take Xanax, when you take 5 instead of 1, when you take it with heroin, when you take it with something else, alcohol. Sorry, I should have clarified. So thank you for that, Grace Case, because I don't ever want to give out misinformation or have anybody thinking that afraid if they need Xanax or if their doctor's prescribing them Xanax, I'm holding the damn tracks. No. So thank you for that. I appreciate that because I never want to give out misinformation. It's always accompanied with something else. If you're not taking it as prescribed, if it's not prescribed to you, it's things like that. So thank you for that. That's why I love you guys. Keep me in check. Don't let me be telling no lies. Don't let
Don't
me
be
be
lying.
telling no damn lies.
Don't be lying about the
Be
people on the
lying
train
up in this
tracks.
piece. I thought I saw my cousin. For maybe I did. I hope if I
I
saw
mean, I would
you.
imagine, like Nikki is saying, people abusing Xanax. I mean, can't
Yes.
like if you take enough of it? Because I remember I took Xanax after my dad had passed away for like a week, and I
Okay.
mean, I wanted to just sleep constantly.
Yeah.
So
It
I would
causes people to
imagine,
sleep, but it causes people
yeah,
to black out too, JJ. I know people that take Xanax and black out. Don't remember the next day. They don't remember what they did the night before, where they were. Some people act really erratically and don't remember doing it. So that's why it's always important. Please don't take anything that isn't prescribed to you. Please take it as prescribed. And if you have any bad side effects, acting weird, you losing time, immediately speak to your doctor. Please. Don't think it's a small thing. Oh, I lost 2 hours yesterday. Go speak to your doctor. Please. Okay? All right. She sent us a link. Yeah, so my doctor only gives me about 10 Xanax at a time. Yes, good. Because there was one time, right? I'm telling you that, and that's a good doctor that's keeping track of shit like that. We need more doctors like that. And that's why I think when you work in an addiction clinic, when you work with addicts, you have to love what you do. You have to pay attention. There are some clinics here in New York that are the worst of the worst of the worst. They don't care. They'll come in, their clients will give dirty urine after dirty urine after dirty urine after dirty urine. They don't care. First of all, you're mandated reporters. Okay? When you work in addiction, you are a mandated reporter. If this person comes in, they're using all these drugs and they're not complying. First of all, you never want to just call CPS and be like, take their kids. You want to work with them. You want to try to work a treatment plan. You want to try to talk to them. Detox, rehab, something. Let's work on something. Let's discuss this. Let's get a treatment plan. If you've tried everything and they're just like not complying, you are a mandated reporter. You can't just turn a blind eye that they're giving positive urines every week with cocaine, heroin, whatever, because what are you doing? You're not helping them. You're not helping them at all. You're not doing your job. So it's very important. It goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? If an addict comes into a clinic and needs help, the staff has to be willing to do their job and hopefully do it with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hi, Sue Elliott. How are you, sweetie pie? Nice to see you. Wait, she said something. I missed what
Nikki
she said.
says the
Good.
danger.
Read it for me because I can't see it.
Nikki says the danger is when medications become impossible to get, like pain pills. That's awful. Yeah, and that's a big problem here. It's become from one extreme to the other. It was like they'd give you. I know someone who was actually given almost 300 pills a month. What the hell you need that many pills for? That was a pill mill, though, like a whole pill mill thing. And then
there are doctors that are just medicine doctors. They'll give you whatever you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, while we're talking about Kensington and Pennsylvania, there was, and some of you guys might know because there's documentaries, it was on the news and everything, about a doctor who performed abortions named Dr. Gosnell, Kermit Gosnell. And not only was he doing like abortions, like when it was a full-term baby, and then he would just murder them while the woman was there and everything. He also was a pill mill and would be like backdooring some stuff and would give them anything they wanted with any amounts that he didn't think would be flagged. And he was getting away with giving people like almost 300 a month. And then they would just turn around and sell that shit. So, yeah, see, Vera knows that story. Oh my God, it's horrible. There's documentaries, and I just about finished listening to the audiobook.
Okay, good. I'm looking for Bree so I can show you guys Bree.
Okay, you look for Bree.
Yeah, I'm looking for her. Hold on, guys. Go ahead. Just talk, JJ, while I look.
Okay, I'll talk. I'll read. JJ at Wanda, I agree 100%. My aunt and uncle fought for 17 years to open our only rehab, but they stepped away as our death toll increased drastically. This is an extremely corrupt city, and our doctor and drug. Yeah, I mean, the doctors listen, pharmaceutical companies are ultimately to blame. Then you have the doctors who are like dispensing these things that like they're nothing. Then you have the pharmacists who actually fill them And it's usually now what at least I see in my city, because I just had to go through this with my daughter that needed her 4 wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
It was like they didn't want to give her, I don't remember, 10 or 15, something like that,
Right.
Percocets. Like
Right.
like they called the doctor to make sure and everything. And then listen, she only took 2 because I was scared to death of her even taking any more than that, because I know all too well. I mean, oh, I can't even tell you how many people that I have known. I know more people who passed away during the whole pill mill
Yeah.
epidemic
Yeah.
than I know in anything else, from any other kinds of deaths, you know.
Right.
And now, you know, I was just afraid. I'm like, she's a teenager, you know, this is how it happens. People get started just taking, you know, pain medication, and then they move on to harder things. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's a systemic issue. It really is.
Sorry,
There's
guys.
a lot of players in it, and it
Yeah.
all comes down to money, and we all know that.
Oh my God,
What
I hate
the
when I do
hell?
that. Sorry, it just like freaking. Okay, I found one, guys. There's
Okay,
many.
good.
I just want to introduce you to her so I could just show you her story real quick. Okay, guys. Hi,
Okay.
Jessica. How are you, sweetie pie? I hope I
Hey,
didn't miss
Jessica.
anybody else that came in. I'm sorry I wasn't reading a lot of comments. Y'all know I just get lost.
I was
When I
watching.
when I talk
I
about
was watching
addiction,
Kevin.
guys, I get
You're in your element. You're in your
yeah, I get
element. It's the thing you
passionate.
do. It's
Yeah,
like when someone, especially when someone's giving out terrible information or
yeah,
completely incorrect information. In my
yeah,
profession, I'm like, really, just stop. You know, it's so frustrating. So, and when I'm talking about it in a good thing, it's kind of like I could go a million miles a minute. So I can
yeah.
completely relate
Sorry, I
in
forgot to
that
turn off
way.
my camera because I have to. Okay, move my camera. All right, guys. So this is Bree. We now know her name is Alyssa Morales. Just wanted to show you who she is. Beautiful girl. Of course, she doesn't look her best. She was in active addiction here. So
I like your jacket.
Oh my God.
You always got some fly
I
stuff
swear up.
on. Look, nice sneakers. Bree, even though you're out here and you struggle, but you always fly, you always take care of yourself. Do you care about how you look out here, your appearance?
Yes,
Is that your money maker, how you look?
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh.
Have you had any worse dating
Oh no,
experience?
I don't know.
Okay, we don't have to talk about the dating.
let me say one thing. So he's interviewed her many times. He has multiple people. This is AML Films. He's amazing, guys. This is what he does. He interviews people in active addiction. He keeps up with them. People send him gifts for them. He'll come and find them and give them the boxes full of the clothing, the stuff, brings them food. He does pay each person a little something. I don't know what, but he gives them a little something to allow him to interview them. He keeps up with them when they get into recovery. He keeps up with them, or he keeps up with them. He really cares about these people. There were some stories where people were saying that he was taking advantage of women, and a lot of women came out and said, no, that's not true. He's never done that to me. And that's another thing. When some people are in active addiction, they'll say things to try to extort people. Not everybody, but it happens. So I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. I just know that the work that he's doing here is amazing. Um, and so she's
Yeah.
been on many times. When he first had her on, she was very talkative, very upbeat. And the more interviews she did, the more reserved she became. The longer she stayed on the streets of Kensington, the more guarded, the more depressed. She's experienced a lot of terrible things have happened to her, a lot of abuse, people mistreating her. So she
Mhm.
looks very sad here, but her first interviews, she was completely different. She was so talkative. And here she's basically like, yeah, no, I don't care. I don't know. And she was way different in the beginning. So I've seen the progression of what Kensington and her drugs have done to her. She's addicted to fentanyl. Sorry. Oh my God.
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm a fool while you're breaking rules.
How beautiful she was. Look how beautiful she was.
Oh my God.
Endless path
Princess. Sorry, guys.
gotta follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. As I breathe for you, groovy.
Let me fast forward a little bit before I get struck for like playing his music and shit.
Yeah, be careful.
You saw the needle on the floor?
Yeah.
This is Philadelphia, guys. She's on Kensington in Philadelphia. Come on, guys.
Up there with our girl Bree out here. What's up, Bree? How you
He
doing?
brings some food too, gives them like little snacks and stuff.
Sorry. How you doing today? Pretty girl Bree?
I'm not doing good.
It's getting cold out
I
here.
don't want
You don't want to do that? You don't want to do it today? What's wrong?
I don't want to be on that side. I don't want you to be
You don't
on
want
that
to be on that side?
What the hell?
I want your camera to be on that side.
Okay, all right.
What's going on my watch?
I'm gonna switch whatever Bree wants. I'll do. This side's okay now? You like this side right here, Bree? What's been going on with you?
Yeah.
I saw you walking around with a guy a couple of days ago. Is that your new boo?
I don't have anything new right now.
A couple times I passed around, I saw you and this guy always walking around. So I'm like, I'm happy you walking around with somebody because that means he could protect you, right? Because I'd rather you walk with somebody than you walk by yourself.
Right.
Dangerous out here. So how you?
I'm just stopping it. Yeah, because you know, when you're in active addiction and you're a female and you're in the streets, you can just imagine how dangerous it is. You know, it's very dangerous. So some women will get a guy that is also an addiction or meet somebody and they'll think that they're going to be protected. But what happens is they prey on you too. You know, now you're out there working the streets, you're selling your body, and now you not only have to support you have to support his habit as well. And then if you don't have his money, or if you don't have money, you can't get money. It's just sad, guys. It's makes me want to cry.
Yeah, and you guys,
Sorry,
if you want to see that, like another channel is Soft White Underbelly.
Yes.
His name is Mark, and he interviews a lot of addicts as well.
Yes.
And they are very open with him. It's an incredible channel. It really is. I love that channel so much. I'm on his Patreon just because I want to help support.
Yeah, he Soft White Underbelly actually interviewed someone named Max, and Max has been interviewed here as well. Max and his partner, because Max's pronouns are him and his.
Yeah.
But Max has also been interviewed on this channel as well, because Max was interviewed there when they were in California in Skid Row, and then came to Kensington. So they were interviewed. He was interviewed here as well. So yeah.
How's life?
It's alright.
You still thinking about getting clean one day, Bree?
No.
This life is tiring. It's getting old. It's not fun no more.
I know, right? My drink doesn't taste good anymore. No, I just need
Look, you see this?
Well, I probably need a drink.
You saw that? You didn't see the guy OD'd on the floor? You saw it, JJ?
My God. Yeah, I see. Yep.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Not
you
no
didn't see it.
more.
I know, right? My drink doesn't taste good anymore. No, I just needed well, I probably needed 3 days to stay asleep.
Do you have a place to sleep?
I'll go with the most comfortable place.
Today is Saturday. What's today looking like for you? It's windy.
It's fine. Yeah, I've been sick. I'm freaking floozy right now.
Is it
My skull feels like it's splitting in half. Like my head is plated. And it really fucking hurts.
I'm sorry, Bree. You're not getting tired living this life, Brie?
Then I keep wanting to vomit. This dude keeps running after me.
Who's that?
And you won't take no for an answer. And I just don't like it. I gotta go handle my business elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I just, God, like, rat cage is not for me.
Rat cage?
Sorry, guys, I just gotta stop it. This is
you
not.
gotta stop.
This is not a
That
long
one.
video. I'm not gonna play a whole bunch of videos. I just wanted you to see her before I show you the news clippings. The news clippings are like 2 minutes. I just wanted you to
you'll
see
have to
that she's a
show.
person. She's a person. She looks so young. She's 38 years old. When I first saw her, I thought she was in her 20s. Sorry, JJ,
If we
what?
have time,
Yeah.
we could show those that have never seen the video of just basically driving around
Yeah.
Kensington and
Yeah.
seeing what people could see from outside their car. Oh my
Yes.
God. Oh my
I can show a few seconds of that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a rat cage.
Anybody has any questions, JJ? Because I can't see the chat right now. Just
Okay,
let me.
I'll watch. Yep,
Okay.
I'll watch.
Thank
What would
you.
it be, a dog?
Dog cage? Why are you talking about dog cage?
I really don't want to go to the house. Oh, look, there he goes smirking.
So, Bree, let's talk about you a little bit. What's been going on with you? The last time we talked, we talked about that.
$2 grand to make you really believe it.
Make me believe what?
Nothing.
So there's one of them days you're out of it. So what's going
I'm
on?
really fucking out of it, and that's where I wanted to stay.
Are you having a bad day today?
Yeah, I'm having a bad day. I had a bad week.
Bad week? Well, why you had a bad week? Tell us about your week. What happened?
I don't know. There was some torture device where I must have been pushed in the corner of the room and beaten with some tool so bad that they had to GHB me after. Usually you can remember those things, right?
So are you alone?
There was another video, guys, where she was talking about her husband, which is not really her husband, her boyfriend, having put black magic on her because he's Hispanic. I'm assuming Puerto Rican. And she was saying Santeria, yeah, but it's brujeria. Brujeria is black magic. Santeria is white magic. But so she was saying that she had black magic put on her, that he went to a santero, you know, one of those little shops where you can buy candles and they'll do a trabajo, a job for you. She said that he did this. He took a lock of her hair and she believed it. He caused me not to be able to make any money for a week. And it sounded so insane what she was saying, but she believed it wholeheartedly. And I cried. I cried listening to her. And I'm getting that vibe again, listening to her, you know, like she makes me cry.
I love her color hair.
She's such a pretty girl, man.
Because I see you got your little wine over there. Actually, you always drinking wine. Are you a drinker? You like, besides the fentanyl, you drink? I've been a drinker.
That's why my head feels like it's gonna split in half. Because I haven't really liked it. Someone started giving me only warm ones. But it's hard when you drink them for so long to just stop without fucking Librium.
Have you spoken?
What she just said is it's hard to stop when you're an alcoholic without Librium because you get those tremors. You know, you get the shake.
Yeah, that's dangerous too.
Yeah.
Isn't it more dangerous than regular drugs?
Yes.
Like you can't
Alcohol
quit
is
alcohol.
alcohol is extremely dangerous. That's why when people tell alcoholics just stop drinking, they need to shut the hell up. People should always seek medical help if they're stopping alcohol. Please don't try to do it cold turkey. Always seek medical advice, professional advice, because you can have seizures. It's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, it's
Extremely
bad.
dangerous. Yeah.
To your brother lately?
No,
So what are your plans for today?
I don't know. Just to be outside my place. Make sure I don't get carbon monoxide poisoning. On top of it all.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Yeah, I want to know where Grace sees herself 5 years from now.
Who else time there, right?
Are you still gonna be in Kensington 5 years from now? Bree, doing the same old thing? Do Bree ever think she'll stop using drugs? That's all I want to know.
Goodness, I'm telling you, I should be on.
You see this park behind her, JJ?
Yeah.
I think this is the park that she was beaten and set on fire in.
My God.
Yep. a few weeks later.
Hungry? Do you have a thing to stop using drugs?
This medication.
What medication?
Just steal it.
You keep on talking about this one medication.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, you don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about Kensington. Let's talk about what's a day in Bree life look like now. 24 hours. What's 24 hours look like for you now?
I don't know.
You don't know? You're not sleeping on the streets no more, right?
I can't.
You're tired? That's okay. You know, I had a little conversation with you. That's all I wanted, just to see how you was doing. All right, Bree, I see you around. Okay, love? Bree, can I get a we out there? Can I get a we out there? AML, we out there for Bree? Bree tipsy right now. Let me help her up. You got it, Bree? Be careful, girl. What happened to your legs right there? You got it wrapped up. What happened to you? You got burned? Who burned you? Are you
See
okay?
that shit? Yo, my hairs are standing up. She got burned there. Somebody burned her on her leg and she doesn't know who. It's like, oh my God, bro. It's like she predicted her own future. In one interview that he asked her, is she afraid to die? She said no, she's afraid to be hurt. And then she's burned alive, guys. Like,
wow.
You know? It's like infected or anything?
No, it's not.
Are you okay? You in pain though. It doesn't hurt when you walk?
I've been off it. I've been on that.
Oh. Nobody hurt you, right? Did somebody do that to you?
he's so sweet, man.
Nobody do that to you? I'm trying to make sure nobody hurt you, okay?
He's amazing, guys. He's amazing. He was heartbroken when he found out that there was a video of her on fire. He was heartbroken.
Oh God.
All right, Bree, take care, right, love?
God.
This is why I do this, guys. For people like her, for people like Ford out there.
You got something to show me? Tissue?
Boy, he's driving me insane. Telling trouble to my brain. I gotta get away. So I put my tablets on.
Let me let me bring it back for a second. I'm gonna show you the news story. Oh my God. Let me show you the news story. I'm gonna put his channel. Hold on. I'm gonna put his channel in the chat so you guys can go and see it if you would like to.
Yeah, Nikki, she's gonna show you in a minute. So Bree, that's what she looked like. Obviously, she was burned on the leg, but now Cindy's gonna show you.
I'm gonna show you guys the news report. I'm gonna show you what happened to her right now.
Report. Megs, Miss Spooky History of Megs.
I know I missed Megs' live. She had a live yesterday. I'm so sorry I missed it, my girl.
I was in there.
Okay, here it goes. I found it. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. Oh my God. Guys, trigger warning, please. Okay, yes. Everybody, trigger warning. We're not going to see the video of it happen to her, but it's going to show the news report. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. Beautiful girl, man. Oh, sorry, damn freaking commercial. All right. We'll put it on mute so they finish with the commercial. Oh, I could skip it, duh.
He's trying to figure out why a man was set on fire. This happened in the city's Kensington neighborhood on Friday morning, and tonight got victim.
Can you hear it?
Recovering from severe burns.
Yeah, it's going fast though. Do you have it?
Wait, let me slow it down. I forgot. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
sorry.
I hear him. Start over.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. All right, here we go.
Police trying to figure out why a woman was set on fire. This happened in the city's Kensington neighborhood on Friday morning, and tonight that victim in the hospital recovering from severe burns. Action News reporter Katie Castro live at police headquarters. Katie, you spoke to the victim's mother. This is just a horrific story.
It really is, Gray, and that victim's mother says that she will be in the hospital for at least 3 months. She says her face will never look the same again. And in the meantime, police are trying to figure out if this 36-year-old woman was intentionally set on fire.
They now know she was intentionally set on fire. They know that it was a group of juveniles. So
I'd like to just hug you.
Oh my
I'd like
God.
to touch you, and I can't. 36-year-old Alyssa Morales, also known as Bree, has burns to over.
remember how she looked before? This is her now.
Mhm.
This is her now.
God.
She just woke up yesterday, guys. They removed the feeding tube. She was in a medically induced coma for 37 days. She just woke up yesterday, guys. So, there is a GoFundMe. I am going to link that below too after my video. To help her mom. Her mom came from Florida to be with her daughter. She doesn't have a lot of money, obviously. She's gonna need so many surgeries. Just, help.
Yeah.
60% of her body, according to police, who are looking at video like this circulating online, showing her clothes on fire on the 1800 block of East Tioga Street in Kensington. A witness tells police she saw Morales with a man and another woman.
You see, it is the same park. See the train station?
Oh,
It's the
oh my
same
God.
park that she was sitting in front of. She was sitting in front of the park right here, and she was found in here burned.
Before the blaze on Friday, just after 12:30 a.m.
When the female with them spray some kind of liquid towards the male and the female, and then liquid then lit on fire.
Police say the man on fire ran from the scene. When the fire department came out to put out the fire, they discovered Morales with severe burns. She's now in critical condition at Temple.
Look how pretty and full her face was before she started
Oh,
using
God.
fentanyl. And now it's
Looks like a different person.
Yeah.
It really does.
And you know what's sad? That had she gotten clean, she would have looked like this again. And
Yeah.
now she'll never look like herself again. Because people see addicts as animals. People treat addicts as subhuman. And she wasn't. She said in interviews, guys, you could go back and you can see interviews where she said she doesn't bother anybody. She doesn't rob people because she doesn't want to be hurt. So it wasn't like she was out there robbing people. She said, he would ask her questions. What do you think of people that think that you're garbage? She said, that's their opinion. I don't bother anybody. I hope they won't bother me. And it just,
University Hospital in a medically induced coma, her mother by her side.
I feel broken. It's just like I don't know where to go. I don't know how to get up. She'll never have the face she was born. Never.
Her mother says Morales has been battling a heroin
JJ.
addiction for about 12 years.
Hold on, guys. JJ kicked herself. Let me let my girl back. You back, girl? JJ?
I'm back. I got a phone
Okay.
call. Yep.
All right,
I'm here.
sorry.
Got a phone call.
I heard you go.
Annoying.
Whoop. I was like, okay.
She's kept up with her daughter on YouTube, watching videos about her life in Kensington.
Oh, God.
Treat you bad.
See, that was the video. This was the interview where she said people treat you bad, and she was, just afraid that somebody was gonna hurt her.
Oh.
Yesterday was the day that we were supposed to meet, and it would have been the first time that I saw her physically in about 4 years.
Police say they are hoping to get some leads from people in the area.
Around midnight are individuals that are involved in the drug trade. There's a lot of prostitution in the area. So we're talking to some of the individuals that frequent the area.
Now, police say they do find that Morales was intentionally set on fire.
She was.
Someone could be facing arson, reckless
She
endangerment,
was.
and other serious charges.
They need
Reporting live at police
right,
headquarters,
hold
Katie
on.
Castro, Fraction News at 10 on PHL 17.
trying to pause it.
Traffic
Damn it.
store.
All right. So, people are outraged. People are trying to get. Sorry, let me stop sharing. People are trying to get the charges to attempted murder because what the hell? Sorry, nobody want to be looking at my boobs. Sorry, that was pretty awkward. Sorry about that. Because they're talking about arson and all this stuff. It was attempted murder. JJ, you keep kicking yourself, girl. What the hell? They keep calling her. So people are outraged. That's why there's a hashtag justice for Bree, for the people to be caught, for people to come forward, and for the charges to be upgraded to attempted murder. Now, this is why things like this are important to me. This is why when I talk about addiction, when I talk about all this stuff, it means a lot to me. This is what I wanted to do on my channel. As I said last time, I've gotten sidetracked with drama, with petty stuff. And my channel will always be me. I'm going to come and talk about whatever I feel like talking about. But this was my goal on my channel, to bring awareness to addiction and to hopefully educate people on what addiction looks like, and to put faces to addiction so that people can see that addicts are human beings. We're human beings. You know, I'm in recovery, but I'm not any different than Alyssa Morales. I was out there. I was her. I wasn't on fentanyl, but I was on heroin. I was her. And I'm here because of something, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it, higher power, whatever you believe in. And I'll never look down on somebody that needs help, you know? Hi, Susan Dawson. How are you, beautiful? Sorry, guys. I know that was a lot.
And Missy's in here.
Where's Missy? Hey, Missy. Hi, beautiful. I lost a close friend who overcame addiction and from human. I'm so sorry, Missy.
Oh,
And that's
sorry.
why I was saying this is Missy Tessa. She has an amazing channel. She'll read you to filth and she'll educate your ass at the same time. Can't ask for more than that. And she had a live and she put out so much amazing information. She works in addiction. She runs a whole clinic. So she has some great information. I really respect her. I respect her, and her expertise and all of that. It's amazing, you know, and she was correcting a lot of information, and she's just wonderful. So, and I think that that's what we should do. If we come here and we talk about addiction and recovery, you always have to try to do it with tact, and you don't ever want to discourage anybody, either indirectly or directly. You don't ever want to discourage anybody from getting treatment, whatever that treatment may look like. Some people choose to get on maintenance medications, and I don't think anybody should ever be deterred from using maintenance medications if they need it. It saved lives. It saves lives every day. It helps people regain their lives back. So we have to be very careful with the info we put out, because we don't know who's watching, and we may isolate our people in our own audience that may not have shared their struggles, may not trust anybody to share their struggles. So we have to be very careful. We never know who's in our chat that is struggling at this moment. You always have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Sorry. So,
Are you going to show the Kensington video?
yes, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of Kensington, and then we're going to end. I know this was a deep live, guys, and that's why I was trying to warn you guys. I have some there. Before I show Kensington, there's an interview on AML's Films channel, and he was interviewing a very young girl. She's 21, and she's out in Kensington, and she has an abscess on her arm the size of a football. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
It
bad.
goes from here to here, and it goes all the way around, and it is literally an open sore, the whole entire thing. And it looks septic.
Yeah.
So she does what is called speedballing. She injects heroin with cocaine. That causes so much overdoses, but what it does is it burns your veins, it causes a lot of abscesses. Because of all the bacteria, and because a lot of people miss their vein when they're injecting both together, when they're speedballing, and the cocaine just causes so much damage. It eats away at your skin, your flesh. My sister, may she rest in peace, had a defect in her forearm. It was the size of a baseball, and it was an indentation in her skin because she had an abscess the size of a baseball, and she never went to the hospital, and she got arrested. And when she got arrested and you go into jail and intake, they take you to the hospital, to the doctor. And the doctor was like, what the? It was a hole. It was a hole all the way down to the bone. And they told her she would have died. In a couple of days, she would have died from sepsis. And they almost had to amputate my sister's arm. They were able, luckily, to save her arm. But she had a big chunk of her arm missing until the day she died. And that was from my sister living in the streets and taking the water from the curb because she didn't have the time to go get clean works. So she would take dirty water from the curb between the street and the curb. The water there, she would find beer cans and take the beer from there and use that. So she's lucky she didn't lose her arm. May she rest in peace. My sister passed away. But yeah, so I've seen it up close, is what I'm saying. Things that I speak about from knowledge, sadly. I wish I didn't know it, but I do know it. Anyway, sorry, not to be gross. Sorry. Yes, please never be scared to ask for help or take a step into treatment. Amen. Yes. Necrotizing fasciitis.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you, my smart JJ. Yes. It's when you're like necrosis of your tissue dying. When your tissue and your, all of that, your skin dies, basically. So yeah, it's pretty bad. But thank you, Stephen. You're right. If it's black, go to the hospital. Yes. Yes, hers, the one I sent JJ and a couple of friends. I'm gonna send it to Missy. Missy works in addiction. She has a strong stomach. It was black. It was black. It was white meat. I was gonna show it here, but it's too graphic. It's too graphic. It's too graphic. It's too much. I asked them first. I was like, guys, tell me if you want me to send you the pictures, because I'm not just gonna spring that shit on you, because I don't need you passing out, fainting in your house, or cursing me out. And yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad for me. So I was like, girls, I don't know if y'all want to see this, because y'all not used to this kind of shit. But yeah, it's pretty bad, guys. But so if you watch that channel, just be forewarned that in one of his most recent interviews, he shows her arm. That's where I got the pictures from. It was pretty fucking bad. Okay, I won't. Sorry, I won't do it, Grace Kids. I won't do it to you. Trust me. I know, I'm telling you, it was bad. That's why I asked them, and I waited a few hours to make sure they were sure. And JJ was like, girl, we want to see the pictures. I'm like, okay, there we go.
I wanted to see. I have morbid curiosity.
I do too. So yeah, the meat is smelling right. Oh, you're cooking, girl. Don't make me. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm like, JJ, like Megs, that what? That don't sound right, but yeah, she's cooking. Stop, a bitch is hungry. Sadly, that young woman died. Michelle, wait, what are you talking about, J-Fid? Oh my God, wait. Where's her first comment? I can't. Oh my God, I suck, bro.
See. Let me see. Hold up.
Yeah, because I missed Jenny Lee's comment last time, and she made a good comment, but I missed it. And I caught Shay's comment responding to it, and then I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it. I'm like, damn it, shit.
You don't see it.
I don't see it either, but I don't want to miss it. Okay, hold on. Let me do
Somebody died, unfortunately. Michelle is her name. Who died?
Yeah, I don't. If you could, I'm not gonna tell her to re-say it. Oh, you did good. I love that channel. I love the.
Oh, the girl you're talking about that passed away. She says, J-Fit did.
No. Her name is Michelle. You're right. No, J-Fit, don't tell me that. Her name was Michelle. She was only 21 years old.
Oh. Wow. The one with the sore?
The one with the arm.
Oh my God.
She was only 21 years old, and she had babies. She had a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw it yesterday.
Rest in peace. So pray for her.
Yeah, her name was Michelle. She's right.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh
It's
my God, I
awful.
didn't know that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional. I didn't know that. Sorry. 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 I'm so sorry, guys.
Another one lost to addiction.
Yeah. Yeah. See? Oh my God, I just broke my heart. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right, let me turn off my camera. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just get my shit
Okay.
together. Deborah says, my sister, I can't read that. My eyes are watering
I'll
now.
read it.
Damn it. Okay.
Cindy, my sister had similar abscess. She did go to the hospital. That's not how she died, and not an OD. As I've said before, she was killed. Cindy, you know how much empathy I have for you.
I'm so sorry, Deborah. You have my
Yeah,
condolences.
so sorry.
I know I don't know what it is to lose a sister in that way, but I know what it is to lose a sister. And I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional. I can't even see what the comments are now, guys. Shit. She did shortly
I'm
after.
reading them.
I thought J Fid, I was terrified, man. I was terrified. He told her, he was telling her he'll take her to the hospital. In the interview he did with her, he's like, you know, you need to go to the hospital. You want to go to the hospital? He said, I could meet up with you and take you to the hospital. She should have went to the hospital. Those things will kill you. The infection is not a joke. It's not, it was that bad. It was black. It had black patches.
Yeah.
It was
ugly.
I'm telling you, they told my sister she wouldn't have made it 3 more days. You know, she wouldn't have made it 3 more days. So this is why I'm telling you guys, I don't care. People could talk crap about me all they want. I take it serious, my recovery, because I know what addiction does. I know what addiction does. So when people say that I'm on drugs, I'm not. If I were, I would be seeking help. You know, I'm not here a liar, but when you go on your channel and you talk about people being on drugs and you belittle people on drugs, you don't know the damage you're doing to people. Stop using that shit to come at me. Just cut it out already. Just move on. Cut it out. Please, please.
Nikki says that they caught the people who did that to Bree.
Oh my God, they did. When?
Yeah, that's what Nikki says. I don't know.
You guys, okay. Okay, that just made me happy. I'm kind of balancing a little.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Thank you, Nikki. I needed to hear that. Blood infection. Yes, Vera. Oh my God, Nikki, thank you so much. Yes, may our sisters rest in peace, Deborah. Yes, I agree. Oh, okay. That kind of helped my heart a little bit. Balanced them. Oof, you know the effects it can have on people and families. I won't stop helping people. I hope not, Missy.
Yeah,
I hope
keep
not.
going, girl. We need people like you.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We need more people that care, that are there for the right reasons, that want to help people, want to see them live and not just exist. You know, you want to see people not fade into the background with addiction. You want to see them thrive. You want to see them smile, happy, and not from that fake euphoria that drugs give you. People take drugs. I saw the interviews. They're like, how did you feel the first time you used drugs? And they're like, oh, it was euphoric. Yeah, but that was not a real euphoria. It was a manufactured,
Oh, no.
you know.
Wait. Hold up. Vera
What?
says, I misunderstood. Nikki was asking if they caught the people.
Oh, no, they didn't. They haven't not yet. That's why
Damn.
there's a hashtag. That's why I was like, what, did it just happen? Because
Ooh, sorry. I didn't mean
No,
to
it's
burst
okay.
your bubble. I got it wrong.
It's okay. It's okay. She's gonna get justice. They're gonna be found. There's why there's a hashtag justice for Bree. They're trying to get justice for Bree. So I'm like, damn, what, that must have just happened. They must have just caught them, because I've been, you know, checking. He's been updating about Bree. He's been doing live streams updating. In his live stream, he updates about multiple people that are in recovery houses, people that got clean and may have relapsed. He keeps up with all of them. And he's been keeping up with Bree and with the justice for Bree. And he's the one that put on his community tab that she's awake. Her feeding tube has been removed. So yeah. So, but they'll catch her. Justice for Bree. I believe that. I believe that, man. This stuff is sincerely a matter of life and death, but people can recover. It isn't ever too late. And recovery is a beautiful thing. We do recover, and recovery is a beautiful thing. The hospital should have been more liberal with the pain meds while running the antibiotics. She might have stayed in the hospital. I agree. Because she said she went to the hospital. Maybe she was lying because I can't see her going to the hospital and them not bandaging it up. I can't see them. I just can't. I think that she just.
No, yeah, she'd have
It
to be
didn't look like she
admitted.
went to the hospital at all. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah. Justice for Bree. Thank you, Kirsten. Yes. His channel, let me show it to you guys. Let me show it to you guys. I'm going to post it here, but let me show it to you guys now because he's amazing. And Soft White Underbelly, he's amazing too. I just think that these kind of channels just, they show, oh, let me show you Kensington real quick too. Wait, let me show you his channel. He has two. He has, what the hell am I doing? He has the AML Films, and then he has We Out There. All right, hold on. So this is his channel, AML Films. He has 144K subscribers, and then he has his backup channel. Why am I not subscribed to that channel? All right, there we go. I thought I was, but there we go. And then he has We Out There. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, and these are all the interviews he does. Amazing interviews, all on Kensington, all the people suffering. This woman here, her story made me cry. She just had a soul that was, she had a light in her soul that you could see, and drugs just stifled it. And I don't know, just some of these people, I look at their stories and I cry because you could see the light that has been diminished within them, you know, and they could be so much more if they got it together, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, put it in the description. Thanks,
yeah, I am.
Kristen.
As soon as we're done, before I get up from my desk, I'm gonna put it in the description. But let me show you real quick.
Kirsten dropped it.
Oh, she did. Kirsten,
Yeah.
I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me show you Kensington. Kensington After Dark. Look, this was June. I mean, nope. July 23rd. Okay, so this is, what's today? The 23rd?
23rd or 4th.
Well, listen, Linda. Let me, before I say it, it's the 24th. So this was last night, guys. This was last night. Okay, I'm not going to play the whole thing because that's ridiculous. All right, hold on. All right, let's let the ad play, and then I'll show you a few so you can see what Kensington looks like. What the hell? It paused it, damn it. Okay, sorry. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Let me turn off my camera. Okay.
I'm good. And Rachel.
All right. We don't need to hear all that. Sorry, no disrespect to you, whoever you are. But
I wonder how often that happens. Shit. It has to happen a lot.
I know.
It has to happen a lot because
I feel like even when you're out driving, sometimes it's just like people just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yep. You got a glare on your windshield, and that's it. You know, next thing you know, you're hitting somebody, and they're not watching where they're going.
No, that's what I mean.
Oh God, all the trash.
Yeah. New York doesn't look like that. Thank God. It's because, thank God. I mean, there's some parts, I guess, but that's not typical New York anymore. It used to be.
What's the channel that they show Kensington during the day? I forget because it comes on my timeline like to watch.
I don't remember. I have it too. I have to look it up. I have to look it
You
up.
could probably just Google Kensington.
That was.
I'm gonna show
They
it.
weren't even.
14-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl.
They weren't even getting high.
No, they weren't.
They were just homeless.
Right.
You know. And then somebody sent me a video of them.
Wait, I'm gonna show it during the day.
A couple months later on in that summer.
Because I don't know who these people are, and
they're going so fast.
I don't think this is a good video. Yeah, I don't think this is.
No, that's not the channel. If somebody says the name, I'll know it.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I know the name too.
I'm
and
gonna look it up. Hang on.
Despite
I'll
the
look
fact
it up.
that drug addiction causes physical and chronic changes in the brain,
Look
there
at
is
them.
good news.
What is she doing?
The brain can be rewired back to normal. Substance abuse is, in fact, very treatable and
See,
manageable.
she can't stop moving, fidgeting.
Of course, it is not an overnight solution. It takes time for the brain to rewire back to a healthier state, just as it took time for the person's brain to rewire in favor
Yeah,
of
she
drug
can't stop
use.
moving.
Addiction recovery necessitates changes in
Where
routines and
is
thought
it?
processes. It entails
Kim Gary.
such as
Kim Gary.
exercise and cooking
Yep.
for drug use.
One word. Kim Gary.
Okay. See, remember when I was telling you guys about the signs, the tells, the way she's moving? I mean, you know, you can see something's wrong, but this can be drugs and this can also be mental illness. So that's why I'm saying sometimes we can't just assume that somebody's in addiction. It may be mental illness. There's a lot of homeless people that are untreated because COVID just displaced a lot of people that were situated getting their medication. Now they're all displaced. They're all in the streets. So this could be a sign of mental illness. In this case, this is maybe both, but it is definitely addiction.
It also entails reframing a person's perspective and definition of drug use.
This is all Kensington.
It is no longer a matter of survival, but of destruction. To get to the bottom of their drug use,
See how they're using drugs right here? He's using drugs right here. He's smoking
Is
something
he?
out of a pipe. Yeah, he has a pipe right in his hand right there.
Is this the Kim Gary channel?
I don't think so. Let me see who this is. No, this is SBC News.
Yeah, Kim Gary doesn't have music or anything like
Okay,
that.
so let me see Kim Gary real quick. I think that's a street, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a combination of two streets in Philly, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be because,
This is
somebody that hates me will be like,
heartbreaking.
you're wrong. Whatever. Shut the fuck up.
Kim Gary does a good job. It's almost like every day.
All right,
they're
which
out
one
there.
should we look at? All of these are, this was June 28th,
Do the
July.
most recent. Yeah, do
Okay,
the most
right here.
recent.
This is the most recent.
Would
Okay.
more effective writing keep you an edge at work?
Comerciales,
Normally, make your job
puñalo atrás.
one click simpler.
Sorry, guys. Why does it pause it on me? Just skip the shit. That is an older lady. Oh my god, that was an elderly lady. Oh no, she's not.
This is just like on the street during the day. Like
that's where they sleep and stuff. Yep.
Just during the day. Hey, what's up? You're hanging out on the street like it's your house.
That is their house, JJ.
True. Yeah. Oh.
She has her book bag right there. I'm surprised her book bag hasn't been stolen.
Yeah.
There was a homeless guy in New York. He was homeless, man. He woke up to his sneakers being gone. A homeless man. They stole his sneakers.
Oh my god.
That was pretty bad. This is under the L train. This is Kensington. Look at this.
Even during the freezing cold, it seemed like when it's cold, there's even more people out there.
Because they work the streets, JJ. They're out there, make money. They get into cars with men and.
Oh god.
Dangerous.
This is horrible.
Dangerous.
Oh look, he's punched over. Hasn't fallen. Yeah, exactly, Vera. Shame
See,
on
he just
city and
gave her
state
drugs.
officials. Oh, he did? Oh,
Yes, they
yeah.
need to do something. They need to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. This is their home. Look at this.
Oh, my
Look at
God.
this. I've never been to Kensington, guys. I lived in Philadelphia 22 years ago for 4 months, but I had a place to stay. I wasn't in the streets, and I've never been to Kensington.
God, look at this. They're out in the open just using, and no one. And it is basically like Skid Row, like what
Don't see her.
California
She's
did.
filling up her needle right there.
Yeah,
Right there in
yeah.
the open.
Oh, my God.
Right there, guys. Trigger warning for anybody that this may trigger, please. If
Yeah,
stuff like this is
please
triggering
don't.
to anybody in recovery, please don't watch this. Or just skip through this. I'm gonna go. Come on, dude. Hurry up. Yeah, you're staying there too long now.
You wanted to watch. Yeah. It's crazy.
Look at this.
Oh, okay. What the?
And this is nothing. Usually there's way more people everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like
This is
doing the
nothing.
nod and
Yes, this
bent
is
over,
nothing. This is
laying on the
nothing. Usually
ground
the
during the
streets
day.
are filled with people. Like a whole line of people, like they're waiting to get into a club or to a concert. Blocks and blocks of people just sitting on the floor.
Yeah, this channel is called, I'll put it in the chat, Kim Gary.
And he just drives through Kensington all the time to show
Yeah,
that nothing.
every day, just about
Yeah.
every day he posts
Yeah.
a video.
So this is Kensington, guys. This is what I was talking about. This is where Alyssa Morales was. This is where on AML, all those people that he interviews, they are all out here all the
Oh
time.
my God, look at this. Like all hunched over and yeah. Oh God, it's heartbreaking. There has to be something.
This is
That can be
your
done.
life when you're on drugs. When you're on drugs, this is your life, right? You get your
Oh,
drugs,
God.
you do your drugs. This is hours. When you snap out of it, you get up, go get more drugs, come back and do this again. This is it. This is it. This is your life. This is a picture of an addict on heroin, on fentanyl, on opiates. That is your life. This is your life.
Oh my God. Don't you just want to say, like, shake them and say, let me help you?
Yeah, look at
Get
this.
you in
Drugs
somewhere.
right here. It's just out in the open, man. I don't understand. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah, we need more mental health facilities and more, access to detox programs and rehabs because they're so expensive. They really are. So for people, they need help. They do. That's what they need.
They need resources. They need help, man. And it's up to us to try to make a difference. It's up to us. It's up to us. Each one can make a difference. I'm in a small city, and this is exactly like our downtown core. It's everywhere. New York has it as well. They're not doing drugs like that out in the open. Like, I've never seen it out in the open like that. Never.
Me neither. I've never seen it.
And where there's usually needle exchanges, you see a lot more drug activity. Sadly, of course, you know what I mean? But it's not out in the open like that. It's really not. People with the drugs out in the open, like,
either. Like,
I've never seen that.
I know.
Yes,
That's what shocks me. And I mean, I'm fascinated in a way, which is absolutely awful to think about. But, I always wonder, which is why Soft White Underbelly is such an amazing channel, because
Yes.
he asks questions that are
Yes.
like the root cause of how you can see that someone got into prostitution and drug addiction.
Yes.
It's
Yep.
incredible.
Yep.
Incredible. He even interviews pimps. He interviews
Yes, he does.
homeless.
Yes, he
He
does.
interviews people like living in poverty, even
People
in
that were
like,
drug trafficked, all types
yes,
of people. Yeah.
trafficked,
Yes.
that, and all of them, not all of them, but
Drug
a good
dealers, everything.
majority, yeah, drug dealers. The good majority of them have had something in common, and that's usually some form of abuse and trauma when they were young. Like almost all of them. It's incredible. And what
I
happens
agree.
to them? It's so sad.
Yeah. And I agree, Stephen. So many addicts that I have met are empathetic and are creative, because if you think about it, right? When you're in active addiction, you have to be clever. It's a matter of survival. We can think of ingenious ways to survive, to make money, get money. If I tell you the things that I did to get money, and it worked every single day, ingenious things. And I thought about it, and I was like, if I put these skills to use in a positive way, imagine the things I could do. And that's how I see all people and addicts. The creativity that they use, the manipulation tactics, right? All these skills that they're using in a negative way can be turned around into a positive. It's amazing. It's amazing. I saw Nikki said, it's actually crazy. I suppose if they leave them to it, they don't go into other areas. It's sad it wouldn't happen and I think that is exactly it. Let them stay there. Don't let them come into our neighborhoods. Good.
Yep.
As long as
Yep.
they stay in that one area, fuck
And it
them.
will grow. It will
Yep.
grow from Kensington, because places
No.
that allow that, like Skid Row, have only gotten bigger. Skid Row is no
Yes.
longer just like a few blocks. It's
No.
basically a city.
Yes.
It's crazy. If you watch what's his name? German in Venice, he goes right into Skid Row and he walks around, and you see what goes on.
Yeah.
He'll talk to some of them, but mostly he's showing the viewer exactly what goes on in Skid Row. And if you
Yeah.
look at a map of Skid Row, it really is like a city. That's how big it's gotten. It didn't start
That's
out that way, but they
insane.
just keep growing it. And that's why I
Yeah.
say, if it stays this way and a mayor or governor doesn't do anything about Kensington, it's
Yeah.
going to continue to grow, like
And,
California.
and I agree. It can happen. Addiction can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't. You can be rich. You can have the best life. I know addicts that have come from all walks of life, middle class, upper class, wealthy families. It happens to each and every one equally. The result is the same. The time that it may take for them to hit rock bottom varies depending on if they have money readily available, but everybody hits rock bottom. Everybody gets to their point where it becomes unmanageable. Even people that are functioning addicts, your life becomes unmanageable. Trust me. You can function for a time, you can disguise it, you can hide it, but addiction is insidious. It takes over your life, and before you know it, it's too late. It already got you. So I don't like to tell people functioning addicts. Some people may have been able to function for a longer time than others or disguise it, but please don't be deceived. It will take over your life and it will destroy your life. I say that all
Missy
the time.
Tessa.
Dad, what?
Missy says, I throw surprise. Hey, Kiki. She says, oh, it's called containment, is what Jamie Loon says. Yeah, they're containing it all right. They just keep growing it. Like,
Yes,
okay, you could have another
containment.
block. You can have
Yep.
another block and you see all the businesses get out of there. It's crazy.
Yes.
Missy says, I throw surprise parties for
Yes.
my patients who are doing good on the program because some have not even had a birthday celebration or been celebrated. So they love when I do it and encourage them more. That's so
Oh, that's
awesome. That's
amazing.
so awesome.
And that's a
That's got to
great thing.
make them feel good.
Incentive programs work great with addicts. Incentives, addicts are like children, and I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but you could get kids to do things, chores with incentives, positive, incentives. Addicts are the same way. If they have an incentive to do something for themselves, they will do it. And I found that with active addicts, giving them incentives, giving them cards to get like target cards, different things to get for they can go to a restaurant and get a meal or Starbucks. If you come and you give one clean urine, your next urine, if it's clean, you'll get a gift card. And they would do it, and they would do it, and then they started feeling good about themselves. Then they come and you're like, I'm so proud of you. You give them the accolades and they start feeling better. It builds their confidence to where they want to do it now for themselves. They're like children. They want to please people that show them support and love, and they want to show you, look, I could do it. And eventually they put it into practice and they start doing it for themselves. Because when I first got clean, I was doing it for my children. I was like, my sons deserve better than this. My sons deserve better than this. And I did it for my sons, right? And then after therapy and stuff, I started doing it for myself, because I remember my therapist and my counselor were like, Cindy, it's good that you want to do it for your children, but it's not going to last unless you start loving yourself. It's not going to be a long-lasting thing if you're doing it for other people and you don't realize that you deserve better. And that stood with me. And so I started thinking about myself. My children deserve better. But even if I say I'm doing it for them, unless I'm the best me I can be, I'm still cheating them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
incentives are definitely great, and I think that they definitely help. They definitely help. But yeah, so I agree with that, and I think that's a great thing. I fight with our needle exchange program here because they had an entire grocery bag full of needles. What? And they don't know. Oh no. No, you're not supposed to give on the first 10, like to a new patient. You sign up, you get a card, a needle exchange card. They need to have a needle exchange card, because if you get stopped with needles, you need to show a card for your exchange. So the first time you come, you'll get 5 or 10, and then they'll give you the little waste management little bin to dispose of them in, and you bring that bin back and you get. But to continue to give people that aren't new and to just give out bags of works like that, that's irresponsible. You're helping the problem. It has to be exchangeable. You have to give them a reason to want to keep those used works instead of disposing them into a toilet, on a floor, in the beach, in the ocean, in the sand, where kids could be walking on the sand and get pricked with a needle. You have to have a reason for them to come and get free needles. You have to bring those back. You want more, you have to bring those back. I didn't play that. Don't come to me with a sob story. Sorry, bring them back. Bring me one, I'll give you one. I'm not doing that. No, you're not going to come in the street where kids are. No, I'm sorry. Nope.
Yeah, German in Venice shows Venice Beach what it was like, because they stopped a lot of the homeless going on there.
Yeah.
And they took away all the tents and all of the sofas and chairs. I'll tell you what, the homeless got a lot of shit they collect.
Yeah.
And they just came in there like with bulldozers and took it all out of there. And it was during COVID, and they tried to give people, some people accepted it and some didn't, hotel rooms during COVID, and like kind of like long-term hotel rooms to get themselves cleaned up and stuff. And some people, and this is how like the mental illness is a part of it. Some people wanted nothing to do with getting off of the streets. They preferred to be on the beach in Venice, living in a
Yeah,
tent.
of course, because Venice
I'm like,
was beautiful.
wow.
It was beautiful there, warm all the time. Of course, and that's why places that are always warm. I don't know. I just wish I could help all the addicts in the world. I know I can't. But Nikki, you're right. Sorry, what?
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I just wanted to say that Nikki's right. There is also, it's been scientifically proven that there are genetic predispositions to becoming addicts and having addictive personalities. If you have that in your family, then you are predisposed to becoming an addict. The chances of you becoming an addict increase. If you have two parents that are addicts, the likelihood of you becoming an addict increases, by 50%, half and half. You have a 50% chance of becoming an addict, 50% not. And that can show in any form. Gambling, sex, anything in excess that becomes an addiction. Doesn't have to be drugs. So you have to be very aware of that. I'm very aware of that with my sons. Pay attention. Anything in excess that I have to be aware of it, and pay attention.
Yeah. And, including, where was it? Oh yeah. Grace K says, JJ, that's what they did in my city. They ended the camping ban and it got horrible. Okay. Ended the camping ban and it got horrible. People were camping along the highways. They reenacted the ban, and now they have a lot in hotels in tiny homes. Yes, they're building whole villages.
Oh my God, I
want
a tiny home.
Gotta see.
I want a tiny home, please. Somebody give me a tiny home. I will move.
Look at German in Venice. Look at German in Venice. He shows and interviews a man who's in charge of an entire tiny home community. And they do have rules, like they have to be back to their houses at a certain time. And it's really working for a lot of people, which is awesome. It gets them off the street and kind of like at least gives them somewhat of an address so they can go get a job. It helps get them, like there are programs, of course, that go with it for drug addiction, but it's getting a roof over their head. They have like a tiny, like, they don't have a shower within there. It's kind of like a communal shower that they have, but at least they have that, And he also shows, his name is Mike, but he's German. He's got the accent. He sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he does, and he loves.
Even though Arnold Schwarzenegger is Austrian, but but I get it.
Just like him, yeah. He's close. He's close to Germany.
Yeah,
but he sounds just like him, and he's obsessed with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And one time,
is he? That is pretty awesome.
Yes, and even one time, he saw Arnold on a bike.
Right,
and was like recording him going along.
I think that is so cool.
He showed also during the pandemic, people putting up tents on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, like people sleeping on Michael Jackson's star and I'm like, how the hell, like tourists? But then I'm like, duh, it's kind of COVID. But still, it was allowed to get these people in hotels.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Some just didn't want it. It's sad.
Missy says, my son works in a prison and it's crazy how they get drugs into the jails. They use drones and all. What? Oh, no. And I've learned that in the States, some prisons don't provide inside treatment. That breaks my heart. Yes. In Philadelphia, a long time ago, thank God I've never been in prison in Philadelphia, but my brother-in-law was, and they had no treatment back then. For opiates, you just had to go cold turkey. Now they'll give you Suboxone. They'll provide you Suboxone 3 times. So if you're incarcerated 3 times, you're eligible to get Suboxone 3 times. If you get locked up more than 3 times, after the 3rd time, you can't get Suboxone anymore. But that's more than they used to provide. Philadelphia didn't provide you with anything. You had to kick cold turkey. You went in there on heroin, you're out of luck. You know what I mean? And I think New Jersey did that too. New Jersey is zero for drugs. They give you nothing. I think maybe I'm talking about Jersey. Jersey will give you shit, nothing. You're fucked.
Wow.
And Deborah, you're right. You know, an addict has to want it. You can't want it for somebody else. You can't. You have to want it to and
There's
change
a
your life.
lot. There's a lot that goes on in some prisons. Some people are
Drugs
able to
are you
get
could get more drugs in prison. That it's like the streets. Don't think that you're in prison that I'm safe from drugs. If you want drugs, you're gonna get
yep,
drugs.
yep.
Trust me. Trust me.
They get cell phones, they get everything smuggled in
Alex,
prison. Like a homeboy will just be calling their
yes.
mom, like, "Hey, what's up, mom?" Like from his bunk. Like it's crazy. If you, I love watching the prison shows. They do. They have some programs where an inmate could be a mom up to their child becomes 1 year. There's like
Yes.
nurseries that they
Yes.
could take care, as long as they're not
Here in New
violent
York, they have that.
offenders.
Yeah, upstate they have it too. As long as you're not violent, you didn't commit a violent crime. Your baby, in Rikers here in the city, your baby can stay with you up to a year. Upstate, your baby can stay with you up to a year as well. My mother had my twin brother and sister in prison upstate. She gave birth in prison. They were born in prison and they stood with her. And thank God that she was released. So she didn't have to send them home to anybody. She was released with them. She was lucky that she did a 1 to 3. So, but she had my brother and sister in prison. Yeah. And went
They
straight
have,
into a recovery, a place for women that were
oh wow.
incarcerated, a beautiful place. It was
Oh
beautiful. It was
wow.
a mansion. She was very, very fortunate with that. Yeah.
And then they have also in prisons like these animal programs and gardening. Like there's like a 4-H kind of program where they deal with horses, cows, chickens,
Yeah.
cats, dogs,
Yes.
whatever, you name it. And each inmate is responsible for taking care of one. And
Yes.
these like hardcore dudes and
Yep.
women used to
Yep.
fighting,
Yep.
killing someone, whatever.
Yep.
They're in there like talking to a cow, like, it's
Yeah.
their baby,
Yes.
and taking damn good care of
They're trying to
those
rehabilitate
animals.
them, JJ. They're trying to get them from becoming institutionalized. They're trying to get them to be able to still empathize and show compassion to a living creature. So that's what they do because people become desensitized in prison. And if these people are ever going to be out into the street again, they're trying to keep them from becoming institutionalized. Hi, allegedly, my girl. And even men on death row are given cats. They have this program where you can apply for a cat and you will have a cat in your cell with you. Yeah, as a companion. So I saw that as well. So I always think
Yeah,
that,
cats, dogs,
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And then another one, like they have to garden. So, and I
Horticulture.
mean,
Horticulture.
acres and
Yeah.
acres, and they grow their own vegetables, and they're excited
I
about it.
did
And
that.
then they
I did that.
sell it.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
sell it, and they also use it, like in the prison.
We
But they
used
sell
it.
it, and it
Yeah.
gives them like
Yes.
I guess a little extra money. Like
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
what goes on their commissary or what it does, but these people are so damn excited to be out there gardening. I love gardening too, so I
I
get it.
loved
But
it.
I
I loved
mean,
it. You weren't in the
yeah,
prison all day. You were in the garden, and it was during the summertime. It was great. I was out there. We each had our own little garden. I had some strawberries, some peppers, some mint. We all had. So another girl had watermelons, and we would go. And whenever something was ripe, we would pick it. We would make fruit salad. So we were able to eat what we made, and I loved it. I learned so much about horticulture and gardening and all of that, and we got paid $25 a week just for doing horticulture. So it was pretty
oh,
cool. It was pretty
that's kind
cool.
of cool. And you got to put that like on your books or whatever, and spend it on like ramen noodles and
Yes,
whatever
yes,
else
for
you
your
wanted.
commissary. Yes, it went to
Cool.
your commissary. Yeah, and I was in a military program. That's why I was able to do the horticulture. You got $25 a week just for being in the military program because you're in a structured program. And then I got $25 on top of that from working horticulture. So I learned a lot. I went to school. I did a lot while I was in prison. I bettered myself while I was there, you know? I didn't want to sit in general population, but
It's sad because a lot of the prisons, it's like you can see one prison will be set up great with all kinds of, there'll be a ministry, there will be, like recovery programs, all kinds of things. And then you'll see another prison and they're just kind of like sitting there in a cell, like, hey, got nothing to do. I'll read a book. Like, how are you supposed to get better from that?
Yeah, no, I think that structure is important in prison. Rehabilitate instead of incarcerate. Some people need to be incarcerated. I'm not going to lie about that. Some people are dangerous. Some people are dangerous to themselves and others. But yeah.
Children, they can go fuck themselves. They could just die. I don't care.
What? Oh yeah, people that harm children.
People that hurt kids. Yeah, I got no patience.
Right, those people need to be incarcerated. But drug addicts, that their offenses are like possession, using drugs, they need rehabilitation. You don't just throw them away. My cats can most definitely be assholes, especially my 1 out of 3. She torments. What? My cat too. He's a spoiled fucking brat. He'll only eat one brand of food. You could buy him filet mignon. He'll look at you like, no, bitch, where's my meow mix? That's all. I swear to God, my cat will not.
Cindy's cat hits her.
Yes.
He whacks her with a straw.
He'll come and he'll hit me like, bitch, where's my food? And he only does it to me because I'm the only one that feeds him. Like he knows. Bring my food, or he'll come and he'll cry, and he'll cry, and I'm like, what? And he'll tell me, and I'll go, and he'll have a little bit left. I'm like, Misu, and he tells me all the time, like, bitch, my food. He'll come and he'll whack me. He won't do it with his claws because he knows I get mad. But he'll come and whack me like, hello, food time. Fucking spoiled ass cat, but I love my kitty. I've had him since he was 2 weeks old. He was gonna die. His mother died. He wasn't even weaned. He was gonna die. I had to get formula.
That's like Dina. Dina gets those babies like that are kind of the parents are feral, and she'll take the kitties.
Yeah, his mother was hit by a car in the Bronx, so I took him, and I'm so grateful. And it's 6 years later, and he's a panther. Hi, just Britt. How are you? She said my cat is an asshole and hisses at my mother-in-law, so it makes me love.
Can I borrow your cat? Britt? Can I borrow your cat, please? I have a mother.
My cat does that too. My cat thinks he's a guard dog, JJ. My cat thinks he's a guard dog. I swear. If somebody knocks on my door that my cat doesn't know, he'll go right on my table and hiss at them, and people are scared. They're like, because my cat is huge. He's a big black cat. I'm telling you, he's huge. So people are terrified. They're like, come on, get the cat. Stop playing. I'm like, he's just telling you what you want. What you want.
He's like a pit bull, right? Like
Carmencita, her brother-in-law, I swear he was terrified. When I used to go on vacation, I used to say, Nito, please come feed my cat. And he used to have Carmen do it. I swear to God, because one time he came to the door and my cat was right there, hissing at him. And he went to Carmen like, I'm not feeding that cat. Go feed the cat. Carmen had to come and feed my cat. He was scared
afraid of the little kitties.
Yes, what? And my husband's best friend too, Noe. He would come, Cindy, come on, get your cat. I'm like, no, he's not doing that. He's looking at me. I'm like, you guys are such pussies. What's wrong with y'all? They were scared to death of my cat.
You're more of a pussy than the pussy cat.
I'm telling you, my cat thinks he's a guard dog. He is no joke. He is no joke. If he don't like you, you're not coming in my house. He is not. You're not coming in. He's not. He won't move. And I'm like, Misu, come. He's like, no, bitch. He ain't coming in. I don't know. And they say animals have like a sixth sense. So if my cat don't like you, you gotta bounce. you gotta go. Something is up. Let me get some cheap cat food, and my cats will literally starve to death. My cats. No, my cat, I even tried expensive cat food. It doesn't, he will only eat meow mix. I swear, I've tried every food. I've bought him like gourmet cat food. I've had people gift me really expensive cat food. He won't eat it. He will not eat it. He refuses. JJ, remember one time somebody bought me cat food because my cat was like, nope, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. I was like, motherfucker. Yep. 2 days, I had the food. I was like, no, I was fighting my cat. I was like, you're going to eat this shit. I bought this big ass bag. After the second day, I was like, okay, he's really not going to eat this. Now I'm getting scared. So I relented, but my cat was in 2 days. He was like, no, bitch. So yeah, I was scared.
He's like, give me what I want.
I thought he was going to die on me. I was like, yeah, my cat's going to die. Okay, that's it. I give up. You win. He beat me. He beat me. Yeah, my cat does too, Kirsten. I'm telling you, disrespectful cat. What? Where was what? Where was what with my cat? I don't know what you're talking about, Deborah. What did I say? Oh, I got the Missy was saying it too. She got the wood chip litter. I do too. It's weird though. It was weird to me. I was like, oh, is it gonna work? It works the same to me. I like it. So whatever. Listen, whatever I find that's cheapest, I get. Whatever litter. I don't give a
As
fuck.
long as the cat will use the box,
Yes,
who cares?
that's
You
all
know,
that.
and it doesn't smell because I can't deal with
Yeah,
that.
I
Oh,
can't.
God.
I can't change. I'm telling you. Listen, my vet doesn't have to worry. My cat is like, no, bitch, don't change my food. He will not eat it. He will not eat nothing but Meow Mix, and he loves the Meow Mix that has the chewy inside. I'm telling you, he's weird. My cat is weird, man. My cat is weird. With 3 joints of meat on 3 separate times for my. Oh my God, no way. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh yeah, the wood
Spoiled
pepper. Yeah,
brat.
Mims. Mims wanted it, Missy. Mims, you were supposed to send it to Mims. Yeah. Yep. Crystals, and I hated cleaning the box because of the scraping noise. Really? What crystals? You gotta send me that. Because I need something. I hate doing the litter. And I do the litter. I take care of my cat. I got my dog, but she's tiny too, so she's easy. Put her food in her water, she's easy. She's a Morkie, so. But it's a lot. I have a little dog, and my cat is bigger than my dog. My cat is bigger than
Nikki, is it fixed? Is your cat fixed? How does it spray? Can a cat still spray if it's fixed?
not if no. I don't think so. They only spray when they're not fixed. Or I could be wrong, but that's what I was told, that my cat will stop spraying after he was fixed. Yeah, because when they get into heat, they spray.
Yeah, my son's girlfriend's cat sprayed on his sneakers. He walked in, kept his sneakers in the garage, a 3-car garage. I walked in there and it was like a wall that hit me.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can wash it and it will not go away, JJ. That spray,
away. Yep,
you have to throw them away. Your cat, my cat, when he used to spray, I used to have to throw it away. There was no, and I remember I told you about the demon cat that I had before this cat. He would spray things on purpose. He would climb on stuff and spray my coat. Motherfucker, I would go outside, and as soon as I would get outside, I'm like, what the motherfucker? One time I was on the train. I was already on the subway, and I'm smelling. I'm like, somebody stinks. And it was me, God damn it. It was me. I was pissed off. I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. My cat is not disrespectful like that. He never disrespected me like that. But yeah, that other cat was disrespectful. Oh, she's a girl, or not her cat. She's a girl. Oh, okay. A robotic shit. I need to get right. I need a litter box that cleans itself. I don't know. Are the crystals expensive? If they're expensive, miss me with that. But if they're not, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2 weeks. Oh, you're talking about my cat. Yeah, yeah. He was little. I have pictures. Next time I come, I'll upload the pictures to my computer so I could show you. He was tiny. You could hold him in one hand, and we used to feed him with a tiny little bottle. He was so tiny, but he was gonna die. I didn't want another cat. I had that bad experience. We had PTSD because the cat attacked my son. We were like, no more cats ever. And we went into a bodega, and he was like, oh, you want a cat? I was like, fuck out of here. No way. And he was like, oh, the mother got hit by a car. I can't take it. He had given up all the other kittens. He was saying it's going to die. I'm like, what you mean it's going to die? You got to take care of it. And he was going to let it die. So I was like, give me the fucking cat. Yeah. Give me the fucking cat. How you going to tell me he's going to die and I'm supposed to just walk out like, deuces?
And how does the cat repay you? He smacks you.
Smacks me. Bitch, feed me. Like, what the hell?
Oh, reminds me of expensive cat litter. Reminds me. Can one of the mods drop Cindy's Cash App, please?
Oh my God, Lord have mercy.
Cindy didn't ask for it, but I know, right? But every other fucking YouTuber does, so I don't really care if people say Cindy asked for, put her Cash App. Every one of them does. Even with the ones with money, they're dropping their damn Cash App.
That's true. What the hell? Can't help a grifter out. Can't help a grifter out.
Yeah, exactly. Help this grifting bitch
help
out.
Help a grifter out, damn it. I was saying the spray smells. Oh, yeah, no, the spray. The spray, Nikki, is
awful.
The pee, I don't know. My cat uses his litter. He's never peed on anything, so I don't know. But I know the spray, that shit was like throw the house away. Throw the fucking house away. I had to bleach everything.
Burn it down.
What? I had to Mistoline and bleach everything. It was the worst. It was the worst. And when they came to take the cat, because the cat had attacked us, like, and cut my son up really bad, the cat jumped on the counters, on the cabinets in my kitchen, and the cop wanted to shoot the cat. When he came, he was laughing. He was like, you called us for a cat? 2 minutes later, he was like, can I shoot the cat? I was like, no, what the fuck? He was just laughing at me. The cat, he was like, this is an evil cat. He was like, I've never seen a cat like this. He was like, I got to call backup. I was like, oh, I thought you were just laughing at me. Now you got to call backup, huh? And they got the animal control, and the cat was like flipping up there. They had that thing tied around his neck. The cat was flipping and spraying everywhere. It was, oh my God. It was the worst experience of my life. I was like, never again, never. Right? Yes. Oh, Miss, you don't have Cash App? That's disrespectful. Canada, you being disrespectful. How the hell? Yes, this is a Puerto Rican goodbye. Yes, you're very right. I haven't done my Puerto Rican goodbyes in a while, right? This is our Puerto Rican goodbye. Yes.
She's feeling better. She's not like, all right, bye. Puerto Rican goodbye.
Grace K says, speaking of asking, and oh my God, speaking of not asking for and cats, can you all say a prayer and think good thoughts for a sweet cat named Evie? Please and thank you. She needs all the prayers she can get, and a person loves her. A person who loves her, yes, of course. Let's put some prayers for the kitty Evie, of course.
That's Kirsten's kitty.
Oh, that's Kirsten. That's right. That's right, Kirsten. Kirsten was in the vet with her kitty. Yes. Yes, yes. Our Kirsten's kitty. Oh my goodness, that's right. Yes, please. Let's put prayers for her. Yeah. Yes, for our Kirsten, please. And for her kitty. Pobrecito. Pobre kitty. Thank you, guys. Seriously. Yeah. Yes, Kirsten's cat. I know. Listen, I'm a space cadet. Y'all know. I'm a space cadet. She took her to the vet the last time we were here. She was in the vet. Poor Kirsten. I know. So let's pray for her. And we will be back Tuesday. Listen, guys, I haven't done makeup. I got makeup on now. I haven't done a get ready with me, really a gossip right with me. You know how that goes. So we'll be back Tuesday to do our regular gossip right with me. Do some makeup. Play with some makeup, just do makeup, whatever, while we talk. And then Thursday we will be doing Ileana Brown. Oh my gosh, she just did another video. That girl is a hot mess. But yeah.
Yep.
I finally went live. Oh, did you? Oh, how did I miss it? Damn it. Why didn't get notified? Just Brit, that's disrespectful, you two. It was nice, and I had my sister come on as co-host. Oh, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go and watch it. I'm gonna have to make sure my notifications are on. Disrespectful. Hi, BB. How are you, my beautiful?
Oh,
we love you, Kirsten. Yeah. What? Wash your butt. Make sure you scrub it. Yes. And shave your butthole, like Meg says, please.
Yeah. Wash your ass.
Yes, please. Please. Don't look like you didn't take a bath in 2 months. We don't like that. We don't like that. Even if you don't like to shower.
On YouTube, that looks like they haven't taken a bath or a shower in like a year.
No.
I don't understand it. The bad hygiene habits. It's not cute, man.
It's not cute. Ladies, wash your parts. Little bit of soap. Don't worry. Hi, the artsy nurse. Wash your ass.
Artsy nurse.
Me either. Haven't been getting no notifications. I just gotta go like a stalker and go through my list. Like, is anybody live? Like, what the fuck, YouTube? Get your shit together.
The other day, I didn't get her live the other day. It was only because it was posted in Discord that I knew Missy was live. I'm like, oh,
no,
okay.
I know. I didn't get the live. I didn't get the notification. I got the half an hour notification, but then I didn't get the notification when she went live. I was just like, hey, what the hell? She's supposed to be live, and I went and checked. I'm like, what the? She already live. What the hell, YouTube? So disrespectful. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you guys. So we thank you guys for being here tonight, this evening, whatever time it is where you are. I'm not gonna assume it's the same time. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit the like for me because it just shows me everybody doesn't hate me. I still can't see the dislikes. So as long as I get the likes, I feel loved because I can't see the dislikes. So if y'all disliking it, y'all wasting your time. Might as well hit the likes, bitches. I can't see the dislikes. Anyway, love you guys, and we will be back on Tuesday. Love you too, Missy. Love all you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you.
We'll be back Tuesday, 6 to 6:30. That's when we do. Probably 6. I need to stop doing my makeup so late, like to just wash it off. Anyway, we'll be back Tuesday. Love you guys. As always, thank you, Manita, JJ, for being here. As always, te quiero, te adoro. Guys, let's be kind. Let's remember that we don't know what people are going through. You know, keep the drama for your mama. And,
except on Tuesdays. We talk a little
except
bit
on
about
Tuesdays, that's when we're going to talk our shit. We're going to gossip, talk about YouTube stuff that doesn't involve us.
Yeah, thank God.
You know?
And don't forget, guys, check out the channels that we've been talking about. They're so good.
Yes,
I
they're
wouldn't
phenomenal.
recommend no shitty channel to you. They're really good.
Yes, and we will see you back here Tuesday, guys, okay? I love all you guys. Te quiero. Nos vemos el martes. Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I'm